What are you gonna do, you little peepsqueak, when the power of the greatest wrestler of all time, Hulk Hogan, runs wild on you? What you gonna do?
Hulk Hogan is one of the most popular professional wrestlers of all time, and certainly its most emblematic ambassador of the 1980s. He set off a wave of Hulkamania with an optimistic, all-American attitude. He came to the New York Times to talk about his new book and his life in wrestling. You know, in your new book, My Life Outside the Ring, you draw this terrific distinction where you say that you write, wrestling isn't fake, it's predetermined.
Fake implies that the punches don't hurt and you never get injured and the blood is fake and the teeth getting knocked out are fake and the people that have died in the ring are fake and the people that have given up their bodies and actually their personal lives and everything, it's fake, and it's not. It's real as it gets. The injuries are real, the drama's real, the crashing and burning of people's financial worlds and personal lives are real, and the confrontation and the drama in the ring is real.
You say Hulk Hogan's too old to tear the place down. You're saying Hulk Hogan can't run with the big dogs. Well, let me tell you, chump, something.
You know, one of the things that you deal with very frankly is, you know, your experience with steroids and also with giving it up.
I mean, you know, when I got in the wrestling business, steroids were legal. They were everywhere. You know, doctors would prescribe them for you. They were in the gyms. They were everywhere. And the basic mentality was they're safe. They're safer than putting sugar in your body, which, thank God, people have been re-educated and they understand what they are. I mean, my situation, it was an exhibition, and we weren't competing, you know, and it was a personal choice. But I think in a sport where it's an actual competition, like the Olympics, for example, or like, you know, baseball, not boxing, that's not for real, but I mean like, you know, hockey and stuff. I think they need to do something about it.
Largest arms in the world. They're jacked up, brother. They're pumped up. And with the fresh new attitude I got, not to mention, I'm single and free as a bird.
You know, another important facet of the book, another thing that you deal with, you know, at some length is, you know, your personal life and a lot of the experience that you had, you know, just as a result of doing reality television and the whole sort of, you know, the second coming that offered your career, but also all of the downsides.
The truth is, you know, my mindset at the time was this could save things, you know, because my marriage had already unraveled and I had no idea at that point it was beyond repair, but it really was. I just wanted to kind of let my family know that this was an opportunity and asked them if they want to do it. And when they did, everybody raised their hand, let's do the show. You know, you sign a contract and it's a business and these are long hours and long days, and the thought of it was great, but then the actual, you know, physicalities of it were overwhelming to people that weren't used to really digging and working, so I think it made more tension in the long run.
The wrestling fans have been on the edge of their seats for over 30 years watching the power of Hulkamania, and this is where the power lies, brothers.
You know, there are a couple of moments in the book where you reference the Darren Aronofsky movie, The Wrestler.
Well, you know, I watched that movie and I kind of got goosebumps. Every time in the theater when I watched it, when he'd say the word brother, the theater would pop. I went, wonder where he get that from. When I saw the Ram sleep in his van for one night, you know, I told my girlfriend Jennifer, I said, I slept in my van for 2 years. You know, they made the blade job look like it was the end of the world, you know, where, you know, I mean, it was like I said in my book, I'd put the blade in my mouth and whack my head with it, and if I quit bleeding, I'd hit my head again with it, I'd put it in my mouth, I'd forget about it, and I'd go out and drink beer and eat dinner. Sometimes I'd get ready to go to bed and brush my teeth, and oh my God, I forgot to take the blade out. And it wasn't that big a deal, you know. Cutting yourself with a blade was easier than me bending over my fat belly and lacing my boots up. So the movie was good, but it wasn't kind of like on point to how intense the wrestling business used to be.
I'm coming back to claim what is mine. That's the world of professional wrestling, and there's not a thing that you can do about it, little man.
So you've just now announced that you're going to be joining the TNA Wrestling League, which is broadcast on Spike. What drew you back into the ring, and do you ever sometimes feel like, you know, Michael Corleone in Godfather 3, you know, just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in?
Yeah, yes, and triple yes to everything. It kind of like goes back to a really weird place, and instead of being around somebody that says, aren't you too old for that, and you look ridiculous out there, and is that all the money you can make, and you're going to let them do that to you, instead of listening to that, I switched gears and I said, this has been part of my life so long, I love it. Getting back in the ring, I'm not sure of. Even though I'm going to go wrestle in Australia just for a few days to test out the old sea legs and do the Fred Sanford shuffle and, you know, try to get the old fake knee and the fake hip cranked up and get in the ring, you know. But I'm excited about it.
Hogan, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you, brother. Yeah, yeah. No doubt, no doubt.